This farming strategy utilizes Tier 16.5 and uses the following: Beyond Scarab, Cartography Scarab of Ascension, Cartography Scarab of Corruption, Legion Influence Scarab, and Monstrous Lineage Scarab. All 5 scarabs cost less than 1 Chaos Orb each. The total cost per map, 8 mod corrupted map plus scarabs, is under 20 Chaos. The biggest advantage is that it's self-sustaining. You don't have to go through the hassle of buying 8 mod maps. Second, it's a lot of fun because you get to slay a massive amount of monsters. Lastly, thanks to the high monster density, you'll rack up a huge amount of gold, which is essential for your town management. The downside is the severe lag. I originally tried including Delirium, but the game kept freezing and my recordings were constantly getting corrupted. To include Delirium without using a scarab slot, you can use the Enshrouded Astrolabe. It significantly boosts farming efficiency, but it's expensive. I recall it being over 60 Chaos. Even without Delirium, the lag remains quite heavy. Another drawback is that it requires a strong build. Mine has some flaws. It's probably the weakest build to ever use both a Mageblood and a Progenesis. On the plus side, it's incredibly comfortable. I just hold down right-click and Frostblink. Regardless, this strategy demands both high tankiness and DPS. Pro tips for this farm: when an Eater of Worlds altar appears, hit escape to check the options and hover your mouse to click quickly. It helps you stay alive. Priority altar mods are quantity, map duplication, and currency duplication. You should also pick Orb of Annulment, Exceptional Eldritch Ember, and Gemcutter's Prism Chance. Ignore the other options just in case a Divine altar spawns. The reason for using Jungle Valley is that the Eater of Worlds influence won't roll. Boss options, and the layout is excellent, while high clear builds like Bow or KB can just zip through. I'm playing Cyclone, so I have to loop back. You don't need to kill the boss every time, only on the 28th map for the invitation. I did the Nameless Seer Scrying, but 0 cards so far. Fuck. I initially started with 10 memory maps that I had farmed myself. I set a rule to run any additional memory maps I dropped immediately as the next map. As a result, I obtained and completed 5 more memory maps during the 2-hour farming. Since my build is a Mageblood Cyclone setup, I focused less on survivability, which led to an average of 1 death per map. However, maps with reduced recovery rate or the unstable Tentacle Fiends were particularly lethal, causing me to die more than 3 times per map. I am confident that if you filter out these problematic modifiers and focus on maps with 100% plus total quant, map plus currency, you can easily earn at least 20 divines per hour. Watching the video made me realize that I'm an absolute idiot. I had my shock avoidance at 99%. Because of that 1%, I was taking extra damage and dying constantly. Even after capping it at 100% and running more maps, I'm still getting randomly one-shot. I've tried various league starters before, but this is my first time playing melee, so sometimes I honestly have no idea why I'm dying. But I have to say, the playstyle is so comfy and lazy that I love it. If it doesn't get nerfed, I'm definitely league starting this again next season. Anyway, in my actual testing, using memory maps priced at 15 to 30, Chaos with 100% plus total, quant, including map and currency, resulted in an average clear time of 3 minutes per map with significantly higher profits. The 2-hour session shown in this video had lower efficiency because I forced myself to run every memory map I dropped immediately, regardless of the rolls. Furthermore, the profit calculation is somewhat undervalued. I sold 8 mod maps in bulk for 5 KS each, but Wealthy Exile valued them at only 2.7. Additionally, the 5/8 mod memory maps were also calculated as regular maps at 2.7, meaning the total profit is underestimated by about 4.3 divines. Lastly, due to the high monster density of this farming method, you can also level gems in your offhand for extra profit, which was not included in the final tally. These are the results from 4 30-minute farming sessions. To be honest, this was a very unlucky run compared to usual. Now, I'll show you the 240 maps I bulk sold for 5 KS each. You could definitely get a better price if you used TFT Discord and rejects, but I was too lazy for that, so I just sold them cheap and fast. If you want to keep it simple, just tier your maps by quant, 100, 100, and 10, or 120, and dump them into public tabs. I'll also show you some insane corrupts. This is the part 1 enjoy the most. I upgraded my weapon for 30 divines using fracturing orbs and harvest crafting. If I get the chance, I'll also make a video on weapon crafting for low, medium, and high budgets. Sorry if the editing is a bit rough, as I'm still learning. Thanks for watching until the end, and I hope you all drop a mirror.